In tonight's Government Insider, a broad investigation into the federal workforce. Over the past few weeks, House Oversight and Government Reform Committee Chairman Chaffetz sent letters to more than 24 federal agencies. Chaffetz says he wants to understand the federal workforce better. Unions call it a witch hunt. Joining me with the latest is Joe Davidson, Federal Insider columnist at The Washington Post. Joe, let's start with these letters. What is Chairman Chaffetz asking for?
Well, he's asking for a number of items, many of which are more or less routine, such things as the number of people who are on official time, which is a way the government has of allowing union representatives to be paid by the government while doing certain types of union-related work. And the unions receive this in exchange for representing all of the workers in a bargaining unit, not just those who pay dues. And they work on such things as representing those individual workers. And they also meet with management on such things as efficiency, safety, and training. Republicans have long gone after official time, and Jason Chaffetz is a Republican, but this time he kind of upped the ante by not only asking about the amount of money spent on official time, but also the names of individual employees. And that's what has the unions riled.
Well, Joe, are federal agencies required to give him all this information?
Well, federal agencies are more or less expected to respond to congressional committees when they ask for information. And congressional committees can subpoena records and subpoena individuals. So if you get a subpoena, then you are required to attend or produce certain records. Of course, subpoenas can be fought, and sometimes subpoenas are even ignored. But if you do get a subpoena, if an agency does get a subpoena, they are required, perhaps more than expected, but required to comply.
The president of the National Federation of Federal Employees calls this a witch hunt.
Right.
He wants to know why names are relevant here. What's he concerned about?
Well, he's concerned that these names and even the work locations, which also were requested, could get into the hands of the wrong people, perhaps some anti-union agitators who would then confront these federal employees who are also labor organizers. And so he sees this as a potentially dangerous situation where individuals could be threatened when the committee doesn't really need that information for an analysis of official time, for how much money is spent on official time, for example. I mean, they can get the information they need, the amount of money spent, the number of people employed using official time, and really everything they need just short of the names of these individuals.
Now, you followed the federal workforce for many years. Has the Oversight Committee changed? Is it more political today?
Well, you know, it's probably less political. When Darrell Issa chaired the committee, and that was just before the current chairman, Jason Chaffetz, I think it was really more political than it is now. Certainly the working relationship between the ranking Democrat, Elijah Cummings from Baltimore, under Issa was much worse than it is under Jason Chaffetz. And so as political as it is now, it's probably less political than it was a couple of years ago.
Interesting. All right, good to get your insight. Joe Davidson, Federal Insider at The Washington Post. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.